It's Heidiween. Alright, welcome back. It's Mito Mahmood here. Tonight we dive into the single most anticipated party of the year. Forget the Oscars, forget the Met Gala. This is the one night Hollywood lets imagination run wild. Heidi Klum's legendary annual Halloween bash. How can she possibly top last year? And every year she delivers. It blows our minds. The creativity, the commitment, the sheer spectacle. This year, the stars did not disappoint. The red carpet was an explosion of fantasy nostalgia jaw-dropping transformations. Mythic monsters, cartoon icons, the level of detail was off the charts. It's more than a party. It's a cultural moment, a testament to costume's power, the magic of becoming someone else for one night. Get comfortable. We're counting down the most incredible, most talked about, most mind-bending costumes of Heidi 2025. We have to start with the host, the icon, the undisputed queen of Halloween herself, Heidi Klum. Now we all wondered how she could possibly raise the bar after being a literal worm, but folks, she did it. This year, she embodied the ultimate mythological monster, Medusa. When I say embodied, I mean it. This wasn't just a wig and some green makeup. We are talking about a full-body transformation that is pure Hollywood magic. Her headpiece wasn't just a collection of rubber snakes. It was a writhing, moving nest of serpents brought to life with animatronics and robotics that had every single person mesmerized. The detail was absolutely staggering. She had custom fangs, a forked tongue prosthetic that she was flicking for the cameras, and a complete snake bodysuit that shimmered and scaled from head to toe. It was terrifying, it was beautiful, it was high art. The look was completed with a long, articulated tail that slithered behind her as she moved down the carpet. This is the kind of commitment that solidifies her legendary status. It's not just a costume, it's a performance piece, a work of engineering, and a statement that says, "This is my night." Absolutely breathtaking. Beat. Now what good is a legendary monster without an equally legendary victim? Standing by Heidi's side, her husband Tom Kaulitz played the perfect counterpart to her Gorgon. He came as a warrior who made the fatal mistake of looking into Medusa's eyes. Close up. His petrified stance, and Heidi's Medusa gaze. The concept was brilliant, and the execution was flawless. He was completely frozen in time, turned to stone from the gaze of his terrifyingly beautiful wife. This wasn't just a gray outfit, it was a masterclass in texture and sculpture. The armor, the shield, the very fabric of his clothes looked like they had been chiseled from a single block of granite. Faux moss details, cracks, and a gritty texture that made you believe he had been standing as a statue for centuries. It's one thing to have a great couple's costume, but it's another to tell a complete story with it. Together, they weren't just Heidi and Tom, they were a living, breathing, mythological tableau on the red carpet. A truly epic pairing. Beat. From ancient myths to animated legends, the arrivals kept getting better, and then striding onto the carpet with a huge, lovable grin was none other than Darren Criss. And he wasn't just Darren Criss anymore, he was Shrek. That's right, the big, green, lovable ogre from far, far away. Darren went all in, and the result was pure, unadulterated fun. He had the full greenskin look, achieved with some seriously impressive prosthetic work that completely transformed his face, giving him that iconic ogre jawline and, of course, the trumpet-like ears. He wasn't just wearing the costume, he was living it. He had the Scottish accent down, he was waving to the crowd, and he brought that big, grumpy but charming personality that we all fell in love with in the movies. He was wearing Shrek's signature white tunic, brown vest, plaid leggings. It was a look that brought an instant smile to everyone's face. It takes a lot of confidence to go this big and this cartoonish, and Darren Criss absolutely nailed it, proving that sometimes, the most fun you can have is by becoming a literal, fairy tale legend. Beat. Chapter 4. You can't have Shrek without his fearless, swashbuckling companion. Walking the carpet right alongside her ogre was Darren's wife, Mia Swier. She chose one of the most beloved characters, Sal. Puss in Boots. This was the perfect pairing. Mia embodied the character with so much charm and feline flair. She had the look down perfectly, starting with the most important accessory, the iconic wide-brimmed hat, complete with that magnificent feather. It was all about the details. She had the tiny sword, the belt, the signature boots that gave the character his name. Her makeup was fantastic, subtle whiskers, cat eyeliner that gave her that fierce feline look. Together, she and Darren were a storybook brought to life, a perfect couple's costume, clever and flawlessly executed. Chapter 5. The world of TikTok royalty collided with rock and roll royalty when Pookie Puckett arrived on the scene. She chose to embody an absolute icon, a legend whose influence is still felt today. Pookie channeled the one and only king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. Vegas-era swagger and glamour. She was rocking a classic Elvis jumpsuit, sparkling and studded, looking like she just stepped off the stage at the International Hotel. The commitment was total. She had the signature jet black hair styled perfectly into that famous pompadour, and the unmistakable sideburns. She was carrying the sunglasses, striking the poses, and giving the cameras that smoldering look that made Elvis a global phenomenon. It was a powerful, gender-bent take on a music legend, and Campbell completely owned it. She wasn't just dressing as Elvis, she was capturing his larger-than-life spirit, and the crowd was here for it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Audiot. Chapter 6. And what is the king without his queen? Completing this incredible throwback couple's moment was Campbell's husband, Jett Puckett. Pookie brought the Vegas swagger, Jett brought the vintage glam, as Priscilla Presley. Such a smart, elegant choice. Together they looked like they'd stepped out of a late 60s time machine. Jett captured Priscilla's iconic style with absolute precision. Chapter 7. Alright, this next one is for the true fans, and it is brilliantly meta. The incredibly talented artist Rei Ami arrived. At first glance you might think it's an amazing piece of cosplay, but the story goes deeper. She came dressed as Zoey, the fierce protagonist, from her own project, K-pop Demon Hunters. This is taking creative ownership to a whole new level. It's one thing to dress as a character you love, it's another to dress as a character you created. Close-ups show the authenticity. Who else could be more accurate than the artist herself? Every detail was on point. Demon hunting gear, hairstyle, determined look in her eyes, pulled directly from her creative universe, bringing her art to life on a huge red carpet. Not just a costume, a walking, talking piece of personal branding and artistic expression. Incredibly cool, incredibly clever. Chapter 8. The Klum family talent doesn't stop with Heidi, making a guest appearance on her daughter, Leni Klum. While Heidi went full creature feature, Leni took a different, equally stunning approach, less about prosthetics, more about high-fashion Halloween. It was chic. It was sophisticated. Chapter 9. Bill Kaulitz brought pure rock and roll theater. Chapter 10. And finally, you can't have a list of incredible guests without mentioning the legendary Questlove. He is, without a doubt, one of the coolest people on the planet. He brings that signature vibe wherever he goes. On Heidi Klum's red carpet, that vibe reads loud and clear. He didn't need elaborate prosthetics or a massive ensemble to make a statement. Instead, he delivered a look that was stylish and clever, deeply rooted in his identity as a musical icon and historian. It's that effortless cool that is so uniquely him. Whatever the specific character, it was executed with style and an insider's touch. The kind of costume where the more you know, the more you appreciate it. He brings an intellectual and cultural coolness to the event. He always understands the assignment, and his look was the perfect stylish punctuation mark on an incredible night of costumes. And there you have it. What an absolutely unforgettable night. From the terrifyingly brilliant Medusa to the pitch-perfect Priscilla Presley, the stars truly outdid themselves. It's just incredible to see this level of passion and creativity on display. Heidi Klum's party proves that Halloween is so much more than just candy and spooky movies. It's a platform for artistry, for storytelling, and for the pure joy of transformation. It's a celebration of imagination, and honestly, it just makes you feel like a kid again. So, who do you think won the night? Was it Heidi's monstrous masterpiece, Darren Criss's lovable ogre,